Welcome to the GWA Wingfoiling World Tour event.
We're gonna experience an insane wingfoil competition.
This one is gonna stay in my mind forever.
It's gonna be sick.
What are we gonna be seeing next?
Welcome to the GWA Wingfoiling World Tour event.
We're gonna experience an insane wingfoil competition.
This one is gonna stay in my mind forever.
It's gonna be sick.
What are we gonna be seeing next?
And welcome everyone to here we are in Jericoacoara for the men's and the women's free flight slalom. And we have had a few eliminations get underway. We had a few technical difficulties just kicking things off with the day, but hopefully now we're in the rhythm. We can give you some good action, some good racing action here in Jerry. Quite a nice long course today as well. And this free fly section, it does include some pumping, but we just did have the yellow flag go down. So we're just going to stay with this elimination now, before I explain a little bit more about the events and what sort of is to come for the rest of the afternoon here in Jerry. Local time is now 2 o'clock. So just trying to see exactly who is in this heat. I believe we've got the men up next. Okay, so here we go. Men. Trying to see exactly who is in this heat. Alright, perfect there for the drone. Being able to follow our riders just off that start line. So just following our first place rider there at the moment. Getting a list of exactly who's in this elimination as it stands.
Welcome to the GWA Wingfoiling World Tour event.
We're gonna experience an insane wingfoil competition.
This one is gonna stay in my mind forever.
It's gonna be sick.
What are we going to be seeing next?
Okay, so next up we're going to be having elimination number 4 of the woman. We've currently done 3 of them, and just to let you know, it's Nia Suarez who currently is in first place. You can see red flag up now. So riders now just gathering around, getting ready to go. Nia Suarez currently in first place after 3 eliminations. Plan for the woman today is to do 7. So the focus today is purely on free fly slalom. There won't be any surf freestyle action today. The main aim and the main goal will be to finish up or get to the finals of free fly slalom and then look at tomorrow doing the final eliminations. So how is it going to work? Well, the women are doing 7 eliminations and we have 11 riders in the fleet as well. Good to see some new faces as well. Some of those riders out there, first time competing on the GWA Wingfoil World Tour. But then we also have the likes of Nia Suarez and Bowen van der Linden. Kylie as well. Belov is a world title contender. Very important to note that this event will decide our world champions for both the men and the women in free fly slalom. The world champions for surf freestyle has already been crowned back over in Fuerteventura. We saw Chris McDonald and Nia Suarez take the titles over there. But now it is all on the line for free fly slalom. Nia's got 2 bullets already in these eliminations. Bo looking like she's had a good start as well with a 2nd place and 2 thirds. And Kylie also with a 3rd place, a 1st. But then the last elimination for Kylie was a 9th place finish. So she'll be looking to discard that one. Once riders do 4 eliminations, they are able to discard their worst result. But with the women today, we're expecting to get to 7, which will allow them to discard 2 of their worst results. So just keeping your eye on that red flag at the moment. That red flag will shortly go down, and then the yellow flag will go up. Once the yellow flag goes up, it's less than a minute, and then it's all action when that green flag gets raised. So now riders just getting up to their foils. Wind's probably about 18 to 20 knots. And came in roughly around 11 AM this morning, but we did get underway about 30 to 40 minutes ago. We just did face a few technical issues on the live stream department, but hopefully those are all resolved now and we can give you a nice smooth running here. So red flag is still up. We will also be going over to the men after this and cracking on with their elimination. So let us know if you have any questions as well. Fire some questions in the comments here. We'll do our best to answer them. Maybe get a few riders to also join us here in the booth. Okay, so just have been informed that the last one was a general recall for the woman. So big general recall we've had. And now we'll be going, and which is why the yellow flag is up. Well, the yellow flag has gone down now, so we should be less than a minute. Until we go. So wait for that green flag. You'll probably see our riders race past that start line any second now. Okay, here we go. Riders now starting to come into the picture. So waiting for that green flag. And there we go. So riders now, all systems go. Some of our riders taking a wider approach. Just trying to identify who that exactly is out on the water.
Welcome to the GWA Wingfoiling World Tour event.
We're gonna experience an insane wingfoil competition.
This one is gonna stay in my mind forever.
It's gonna be sick.
What are we going to be seeing next?
Welcome to the GWA Wingfoiling World Tour event.
We're gonna experience an insane wingfoil competition.
This one is gonna stay in my mind forever.
It's gonna be sick.
What are we going to be seeing next?
Welcome to the GWA Wingfoiling World Tour event.
We're gonna experience an insane wingfoil competition.
This one is gonna stay in my mind forever.
It's gonna be sick.
What are we going to be seeing next?
Welcome to the GWA Wingfoiling World Tour event.
We're gonna experience an insane wingfoil competition.
This one is gonna stay in my mind forever.
It's gonna be sick.
What are we going to be seeing next?
And welcome back everybody to the event here in Jericoacoara, and we're going to be getting underway with the rest of the eliminations here at this beautiful spot as the drone now perfectly showing us this amazing location here in Brazil, and we're up here in the northern state of Ceará completing the rest of the eliminations. So where are we now? Well, like I said, local time now 3:15, so red flag as you can see is up. We're going to try and follow this first start with the drone, but we're going to be kicking things off with the men in elimination number 3. Okay, so we're going to have Oscar Leclerc, Francesco Capuzzo, Axel Gerard, Alessandro Tomasi, Luca Villamet, Jeremiah McDonald, Ernesto Diamisis, Ancor Sosa, Marco Ortiz, and Solon Gal. High tide is coming in as well. As you can see, this lovely little right-handing peeling wave. Loads of windsurfers as well here. It's a very well-known spot for the windsurfers as well. A little bit difficult to kite here just because of the wind direction. But for our wingfoiling as well, it is a really nice spot. And the course today is offering a nice long course, plenty of turns and buoys to maneuver around, a nice sort of downwind element, pumping track as well. Yellow flag now, so once that flag goes down, we are going to have less than a minute to go. And let's just have a look at the leaderboard as well. So how's it sort of looking? How's that qualification ranking looking? Well, actually at the moment, it's Julian Ratotti from the first 2 eliminations that is in first place. He's also a world title contender. Let's not forget about that. Oscar Leclerc is in second place. Francesco Capuzzo, another tight at the top world title contender, is in third place. Alan Fredette in fourth. Bastian Escofet in 5. Over on the women, we've had Nia Suarez, who is currently in first place, followed by Bowen van der Linden, Kylie Belouv, and Oran Soris. Yellow flag's gone down, so now we're going to see the start of this heat. Okay, so very shortly now, going to be getting underway. Looking now at what's happening, what's to come. Who's going to be crossing that start line first? So you can see just the sun giving us a little bit of glare, but we're going to have a really good shot here of the riders crossing that start line. You can see the riders now coming into the picture. So here we go, riders now coming in. Who's going to cross that start line first? Are we going to have any over earlies? Here we go, 3, 2, 1. Your green flag goes up. It looks like it's a good start. We stay with the riders. And now as that glare perfectly goes, we're going to see who's out in front. Well, we've got an RRD rider. That could be Francesco Capuzzo on that RRD. Oscar Leclerc, I know there, is on that other gold wing with the big looking V. Looks like we've got a couple of gong riders there as well. And let's just remind you now, if you see the riders skipping up and jumping out of the water, there's a little bit of seaweed around at this spot. So they're actually having to propel their foil above the water, skip over the seaweed, as we're now on the pumping track. Oscar Leclerc's in first place. So there's lots on offer here. You can see as well, looks like Francesco Capuzzo just dropping there into third. Who's that on the gong wing? That looks like it could well be... Well, I'm not quite sure who that could be. Quite tough to see if maybe it is actually a gong wing or not. Okay, but you can see here Oscar Leclerc on the right-hand side going around that buoy now is the current heat leader. It's tight as well for second, third and fourth. Jeremiah McDonald, I believe, also in the mix there. But we stay with our heat leader now. So Oscar Leclerc currently sitting in second place. As we now come towards the late stages now of this course, you can see it gets a little bit tighter at the end. As Oscar now going around the final buoy. And looking a little bit tight at the end there, but don't remember, it doesn't really matter as long as they finish in those first 5, they'll go straight through into the main final. So we now stay with that finish line. We stay at the finish line. And the drone there, as we can see, more of our riders crossing that finishing line. And that will be the first heat of elimination number 3 out of the way. Elimination 2 coming up next.
Welcome to the GWA Wingfoiling World Tour event.
We're gonna experience that insane wingfoil competition.
This one is gonna stay in my mind forever.
It's gonna be sick.
What are we going to be seeing next?
Okay, so yellow flag has just gone down for elimination number 3, heat number 2, as we're going to try and get that drone back up as well on that start line. Julian Ratotti, Alan Fredette, Sebastiano Zorzi, Bastian Escovet, Benjamin May, Golito Ocedo, Ricardo Zorzi, Stefan Benes, Paolo Giacomo, and Jean-Paul and Daniel Ofari. So here they come. It looks like our riders now starting to come into the mix. And we just catch the start there of the drone as we see our riders zipping past that start line. Looks like the gong riders are out in front. That's probably going to be the likes of Bastian Escofet and Julian Ratotti. But it's getting close. Just look at the speed at which they're travelling. Extremely close there. And a perfect view there. As we stay now with this beautiful drone shot from above. You can see just how close they're going around. Some of the riders there having to go over some seaweed as well. Doesn't help when they need to go over some seaweeds. We now follow them onto the pumping section. As you can see there, when they have that pumping section, they have to completely let the wing go and use the momentum and the power of that foil. Trying to stay on the foil, and then when they get to that final buoy, as you can see these riders doing, they grab the backhand of the wing as well, and they start to power up and continue on the rest of this course. I believe out in front, that might be the youngster of Sebastiano Zorzi. And he's doing awfully well here, managing to keep those gong riders just behind him, because we know those guys are quick. I mean, Julian Ratotti at the moment is currently winning the overall in regards to the last 2 eliminations. He does sit at the moment in first place. You have to mistake me on the last heat as well. I believe I mentioned that Francesco Capuzzo was riding for the wrong brand. He actually is with Gong, sorry. And his teammates look to be doing rather well in this heat as well. As long as they get into the top 5, they'll go into that final. We also will have the mini final. Following this heat, we will be shifting our attention back over to the women, though. We'll be doing elimination number 5 of the women. As you can see now, starting to come towards the end. So riders now finishing and crossing that line as we have done elimination number 3, heat number 2. Oscar Leclerc winning that first one. Francesco Caputo in third. Axel Girard in fourth. Jeremy McDonald had a great heat there in position number 2 on that first one, with Ancor Sosa in 5th. So, couple last riders now crossing the line. But I do believe very shortly we'll have our top 5 finalists for who will be in the final of men's elimination number 3. Up next, we're going to be having the women. Okay, so the women are underway in their elimination number 5. It's Nia Suarez who is currently at the moment. But you can see their AP flag has gone up. So maybe we've had an over early. Maybe something has happened out there in that last start that we just did miss. Good thing, I guess, is that we get to do it all over again. So just waiting to find out why that AP is up. And then we'll be able to commence back with the women. But let's just talk about the women in this heat. You can see there our start line boat. Just giving these riders a little bit of an insight into exactly maybe why that has been raised. But we've got Nia Suarez, Kylie Belouve, who's also in title contention, Bowen van der Linden, Mardi Arce, Viola Lipsic, Oran Cerise, Zara Milliard, Charlotte Baruzzi, Paloma Gutierrez, Leonie Trondol, and Josefa Algardo. Those are the next riders. As we're just following our drone back into the beach now, we're going to change over the batteries, you see, get it back up and running for the later heats. But we're just going to enjoy this lovely shot here as we come in. So you can see here, straight ahead, that's our sort of competition site. We're staying and we're hosted here at the lovely Blue Residence. Great place to stay here in Jericoacoara, but a lovely place to come as well if you enjoy your wind sports. You can see the fisherman boats there as well, as our drone is just coming in for landing. And we go back out towards the riders to get that women's elimination number 5 underway. So there you go. AP's now down. So probably going to be seeing that red flag very, very soon. Before we get underway with elimination number 5. If you're watching, let us know where you're watching from. If you've got any questions as well that are slalom related. It's pretty windy out there at the moment. They've got a good, solid 20 knots of breeze. So how are the women looking at the moment after 5 eliminations? Let's have a look at the event ranking. Nia Suarez has a first, a second, and a first, and a first. So she's won 3 out of the 4 eliminations here in slalom. Bowen van der Linden currently sits in second. She has a second place finish, 2 thirds, and a 9th. So looking to discard that 9th. Red flag up. So next up we'll have yellow. Kylie, world title contention as well here for slalom. We haven't crowned our world champions yet. She's still very much in the mix. Currently has a third, a second, a 5th, and another second. So nice bit of variety there for Kylie. But it's important to note that really today is, let's say, the sort of the seedings for the finals tomorrow. All of these riders needed to put into performance to qualify for finals tomorrow. Yellow flag. So when that goes down, less than a minute to go. You can see there our riders. Men will also stay out there because they'll be next. So following the women, we're going to be going into the men's mini-final and then the men's final of elimination number 3. Okay, so it's gone down now with the flag. Less than a minute to go.
Zoom out a little bit. Zoom out. Make sure he stays with the first rider. Yeah, that's nice. That's perfect.
Okay, so here we go. Any second now, we're going to start to see our riders appear on that right-hand screen, start to cross that start line. Fingers crossed for a nice clean start as well. Nice clean start is what we want. No over-earlies. You'll see the green flag go up. If the green flag gets changed, you can see some of our riders here having to put the brakes on a little bit. Is it going to be a clean start? Wait for that green flag. Camera angle is a little bit different here. Keep there, keep there, keep there. Nice. We've got the drone back up. Green flag. And it is... Nope. Bad start. Red flag gone straight up. So there we have an over early, I believe. We have a rider that has crossed the line too early. So there we go. Riders having to restart. Going to see who went over early there. Who was on the naughty step. Well, we figure out, let's just have a look at that last one from the men's who actually went through. So we're going to have Julian Ratotti, Alan Fedit, Benjamin May, Golito Estrado, and Ricardo Zorzi. Golito actually finishing there up in that first place. So a nice quick run from him. So red flag is still up. Okay, there you go. Red flag down now. So who's gone on the over early?
Can we not go around the other side and have Jerry in the background? You can see Jerry in the start line. See if that works. Because it's good to be on the line, you know? You put some music on?
So here we go, start now for the woman again, and it looks like it's going to be a good start. Does that green flag stay up? Yes, it does. Okay, so it's all systems go in this heat. Looking like a great start here as we follow these riders. Look at the beautiful sand dunes in the background. And we can just see someone out in front. Could well be Nia Suarez, one of the riders there coming off the foil. Difficult conditions out there with the seaweed, must say so. But I do believe, yeah, that is... Is that Nia Suarez? No, not quite sure. Looks like it might even be Oran Cerise actually out in the front there. Nia there on the left-hand side, I think, with that green duotone wing. Kylie there in the middle. We can see there it's tight at the front there. You can also see there Bowen van der Linden there on that sort of zebra-looking wing there. That's the Armstrong wing. But they've gone through these sections. You can see here, really nice to be able to follow from the sky with the drone. And these girls just fighting for those top positions. Has Nia gone down there? Is that Nia who's down there? Might well be. As the riders there coming towards the final stages now on this section here with the white buoys. Becomes a little bit closer here. And we can see there crossing the line, I do believe that is Kylie. Or might be Nia. Looks like Oran Cerise there in second place. Bowen van der Linden's going to be crossing the line in fourth. Another duotone rider there coming in third. So, great to have the drone up as well. But Nia Suarez is currently in first place after 4 eliminations. We did see one of the riders go down early. And we'll get confirmation exactly who's going to be crossing first. But up next, we're going to be moving into the mini-final of the men from that previous elimination. And in that mini-final, we're going to be having Luca Villaret, Ernesto Diamesis, Solengao, Alessandro Tomasi, Marco Ortiz, Stefan Benz, Bastian Escofet, Sebastiano Zorzi, Jean-Paul, Paolo, and also Daniel O'Farrell. They're going to be the riders up next in the mini-final.
Welcome to the GWA Wingfoiling World Tour event.
We're gonna experience an insane wingfoil competition.
This one is gonna stay in my mind forever.
It's gonna be sick.
What are we going to be seeing next?
Okay, so we're underway now in this mini-final. Looks like we've had a good start because they haven't been recalled and they're very much underway here. As you can see now, following once again from the sky. And you can see just when our rider's there having to skip and get that foil out of the water, there's a little bit of seaweed around, which does make it a little bit challenging as they're now coming in to the pumping section of this heat. And we've seen a few riders go down there right at the start. So definitely challenging. I think in third place there, that's going to be Luca, the rider for F1, Luca Villamet. And in first place, we've got one of the RRD riders. Alessandro Tomasi is also another quick one out there. And right at the front there, keeping it super close. And has gone down, unfortunately, losing a lot of ground now. Gone from first to what looks to be sixth. And out in front, one of the Gong boys as well, motoring along, which I'm pretty much going to put my money. That's going to be Bastien Escofet. And Luca now going down as well, who was in second place. It's all happening here in the mini-final. As we keep our attention now onto Bastien Escofet, who probably won't be too happy that he's actually in the mini-final, but will take what he has here in first place. Just needs to keep it together until the end, as this now is the final section of the course. As Bastien Escofet looks pretty much now in the driving seat, just needs to come round this last buoy. As you can see now, the finish line is in sight. And he's just got to keep nice and steady, as we're now going to look at exactly who's going to be crossing that line. Okay, so it's going to be Bastien Escofet in first place. There he goes. Second place, who have we got? Looks like a Cabrina rider, so that's probably going to be... Oh, it's really tight. It's really close there at the finish line. Luca there coming through in fourth. Tough to see exactly what rider is crossing that line from this angle, as the riders do have Lycra numbers on their Lycras, but obviously from the drone and being up quite high, it can be tough to see. But some really tight racing. And I tell you who will be kicking themselves is that rider there crossing the line. Was leading the pack and, yeah, not finishing up in the top. But well done to Bastien, because up next we're going to be having the men's elimination number 3, the final. A lot on the line here. Yellow flag is already up, so we're going to keep that drone in the sky. And we're going to go back over to the start line.
Go back to the start line, yeah? Back to the start line. Felipe, you go back to the start with the drone, yeah? The drone on the start line. The final now. This is the final. Okay, he has time. He has a couple minutes. So just get right on that start line. Yeah. Perfect. Okay, 1 minute.
Okay, so we have 1 minute. So who's in the final? We've got Oscar Leclerc currently sitting second overall with the past results that we've had today. We've got Jeremiah McDonald, who had a great heat in that first one. Francesco Capuzzo, a world title contender. Axel Gerard also, Ancor Sosa. We've also got Golito Estredo, very much comes from that windsurfing background. Alan Fedit, another one. Julian Ratotti in there for a world title contention as well. Currently leads today. We also have Ricardo Zorzi, who's put a few nice heats together. And the Bulldog, Benjamin May, he got that name over in Gran Canaria and he was going huge in about 40 knots of wind in our big air. And he's now out here in Jerry. But it's looking like we're going to be starting now. And it looks like it's going to be called back, yeah. So a bad start.
Lucky, huh? We need to get the drone for the finals every time. I'd sacrifice the mini final for the final all day.
So, as we can see there, as much as I love kiting, that kiter has meant that we've had to start once again this final. But I can give you good news. It means that we can get the drone in the sky for the final now. So you can see there, riders just going back to the water, hovering around the start boat.
Welcome to the GWA Wingfoiling World Tour event.
We're gonna experience an insane wingfoil competition.
This one is gonna stay in my mind forever.
It's gonna be sick.
What are we going to be seeing next?
Okay, so very shortly going to be underway in this final of elimination number 3. You can see at the moment, red flag's gone down. Let's just remind ourselves of the results actually from that previous heat. We'll stay in the sky until we see those finalists cross that start line. But it was Bastien Escofet who crossed in first place. Solengau as well in second. Luca was in third. And yellow flag now goes up. Okay, so we're very close to starting this final. But in fourth was Stefan Benz. And in fifth, Marco Ortiz. So a great result there for a couple of our riders. But who's your money on? Who's your money on in elimination number 3? Oscar's been looking very quick, as has Julian Ratotti. Just got some inside knowledge that we're looking at about 25 to 30 knots out there. So some serious wind for our riders. Riders on about 3.5 to 4 meter wings as well. I think the women as well riding even smaller than a 3. So there's plenty of wind out here in Brazil. And very shortly this elimination at number 3 will be getting underway. And then we're going to go and get a couple more on the women. The aim of the game for today is to get 7 eliminations for the women and to be able to get 1 more as well for the men. That will leave us in a good position then to run the finals, which should hopefully be taking place as well tomorrow morning. So yellow flag is down now, and we're going to stay up in the sky. So it's all about timing here. No riders wanting to cross that start line before that green flag gets raised. Otherwise, the over early will be called. So that's why you can't quite see anyone just yet. They're all hiding away on the left-hand side. Very shortly, you're going to see them coming in full speed and hopefully timing that start to absolute perfection. Okay, so here we go. Getting ready now for this start boat. There you can see the green flag starting to get ready. Our team ready to raise that flag. Riders now coming in from the left. Okay, who's it going to be? Who's going to cross that start line first? It's good. It looks like a good start. And it is. And it was Oscar Leclerc by the looks of things that has come racing through the gates. And we now following these riders here. Francesco Capuzzo, not with the best start by the looks of things. He's down there on that white and green wing. Julian Ratotti as well. Keep an eye out for him. He's another one of the gong riders, maybe riding a white and blue wing. But it's Oscar who has come out the gates first. I also think that's Riccardo Zorzi in second place. Having to jump over a little bit of seaweed now. Oscar on the pumping section. Who's this? It's Galito as well in second place. Gaining a little bit of ground now on Oscar. And it's going to be tight as they come around to this next mark. And it does look like Oscar's going to be keeping it together as we now sit on the finish line waiting for these riders to come around. You can see there on the right-hand side, many of them just completing the final tacks before crossing this finish line. And there we have it. It's looking like it's going to be Oscar Leclerc. He's really going to have to screw up in these final meters. And there he is. Elimination 3 goes to Oscar. And you can see there cheering as well. Golito's going to be in second. Axel Gerard's going to be there. Or Alan Fedit, one of the two. As it was a great race from start to finish there. Not sure who this is coming in last. Maybe Benjamin May. But for Oscar Leclerc, just let's have a look at this overall ranking, because he already... he hasn't actually won yet. He's had 2 second place finishes, with elimination number 3 being 1. So pretty sure now Oscar's going to be bumping his way up into first place. But there we have it. The end of men's elimination number 3. Up next, we're going to be going with elimination number 6 for the woman.
Welcome to the GWA Wingfoiling World Tour event.
So it's the women now who are underway in elimination number 6, and they've got going very much straight away. And let's have a little look at the previous results in elimination number 5, where exactly Nia Suarez did finish. She finished over in first place, so she did cross the line first. You can see they're skipping over the seaweed. And it does look to be Nia out in first place still. Once again, is the lady to beat, the rider to beat. Oh no, going down there towards the end of the heat. Bo there crossing as well. Sun's starting to get a little bit lower, so there's a slight bit of a glare. Sofia Marchetti, another rider there in the mix. As this is now elimination number 6. Bo's actually bumped herself back up into second place as well overall. Kylie there in third, Aran in fourth when it comes to the results from the previous 5 elimination rounds. And straight after this elimination, they're going to be going back to back into another one, which will be the last elimination of the day for the women. And then we'll be doing the final elimination, number 4 of the men. Okay, so starting to cross the line now. It's looking like Nia Suarez once again is going to be that rider to beat in first place. And there we have it. So they'll be making their way back to the start line for that final elimination, waiting on results.
Welcome to the GWA Wingfoiling World Tour event.
We're gonna experience an insane wingfoil competition.
This one is gonna stay in my mind forever.
It's gonna be sick.
What are we going to be seeing next?
Okay, so yellow flag is down, and we're going to be going into the last final elimination of the woman before doing elimination number 4 of the men. So you can see now riders starting to come towards that start line. Nia Suarez already took the win in elimination number 6, waiting for that green flag to go. And it goes up. Is it a clean start? Looks like it will be as well. And a clean start it is. Okay, so here we go. Riders now fully engaged. Last heat of the day for the woman. And then they would have completed their 7 eliminations. And you can see now Kylie is there. Nia's there. Bo is also in the mix. Having to skip over some seaweed there. And out in front could well be as well Aran Cerise. And I believe Nia's there on that green duotone, who might have just nipped the lead on this pumping section. Oh, big crash there at the back. And you can see just coming off foil, needing to just use a little bit of momentum to get back up onto the foil. This pumping section is all about using the momentum and the power of the foil itself. We really want to showcase exactly how versatile and impressive this discipline is and what the equipment can do. So having that section in here is great to be able to see what that foil is capable of, especially on the little bit of swell. As it does look like Nia at the moment is out in first place. Only just by a fraction there. I believe Kylie as well is also up there. Bowen there in 4th place. Just about to go around that mark. But it's very close actually between these 3 riders at first place. Camera angle doesn't quite show exactly who's in first because, you know, we might see Nia there on the right who's a little bit more upwind. And it all counts here for the woman. As they now start to come towards the last section, the last part of this heat. Got the drone ready to go up as well in the next heats. So we'll be following our riders from the sky. As they now coming up towards the finish line. Who's it going to be crossing the line first? Looking like a team duotone crossing the line first, with Kylie there in 3rd. Is it going to be Bo van der Linden crossing in 4th? As we just stay on that. Yep, it's looking like Bo at the moment coming in at 4th place. While some riders just still struggling just to get to the end stages of this heat. But up next, we're going to be having elimination number 4 of the men. So don't go anywhere. More action coming your way. Okay, so just looking at the men's scores, that yellow flag has gone down. They will cross the line very, very shortly, but it's Oscar Leclerc at the moment in first place. He had the last bullet on elimination number 3. Now we have a little bit of a mix-up. We've got Alan Fedit, who's in second place overall, with Julian Ratotti third, Francesco Capuzzo in fourth. In fifth as well, Bastien Escofet. Sixth, Axel Gerard, Golito in seventh, Benjamin May in eighth, Jeremy McDonald in ninth, and Luca in 10th. So a very important elimination here for the likes of Oscar, Julian, and Francesco. As here we go, we start to zoom out a little bit, which is good. Some of these riders having to put on the brakes, waiting for that green flag to go. So is it a good start? It looks like it might well be. Who's in this ladder? Let's have a look. Golito Ostredo, Alan Fedit, Axel Gerard, Ancor Sosa, Francesco Capuzzo, Bastien Escofet, Stefan Benez, Marco Ortiz, Daniel Ofolil, and Alessandro Tomasi. So it looks like at the moment, look at them just having to skip over all of that seaweed. Golito Ostredo's out in first place. He's the rider out in first. Also, having a look now. Yeah, Golito's there in first. Second place, what is that? That looks like a gun. That looks going to be Bastien Escofet there, who's fighting to nip his way into first. Looks also like we've got Axel Gerard and Alan Fedit in the mix, but Golito at the moment looking fast, looking quick. Has gained some good ground as well. Ancor Sosa, another rider there that could be well and truly in the mix. And they're starting to catch up a little bit now on Golito. And we keep the focus now on Golito as he's really gaining some good ground here. Bastien there trying to chase. Capuzzo as well is also a rider here that needs to be making it through to the final to give himself a really good chance for tomorrow. As we now come towards the end of this heat, trying to get results as well from that last women's elimination. Well, it was, yes, it was, I believe, Nia taking that last win. But here we go. Golito looking really nice and quick. Crosses the line. Golito Ostredo in first place. Looks as well like Bastien and Capuzzo crossing the line as well, making sure that they go into that final. So good heats all around. Up next, we're going to be having the second heat of elimination number 4. So here we go, number 2 in elimination number 4, Oscar Leclerc, Jericoacoara McDonald, Riccardo Zorzi, Benjamin May, Julian Ritotti, Solon Gao, Luca Villamet, Paolo, Ernesto, Jean-Paul and Sebastiano Zorzi out in front, absolutely gunning it. Looks to be Julian Ritotti there on that blue and white wing. Maybe potentially a teammate as well behind him. And it's very close out at the front here. Oscar Leclerc at the moment just there with that white and gold and purple wing with the big V on it. Ritotti at the moment on that pumping section. Definitely wanting to go through comfortably here. But just keep an eye out for Oscar because it's a little bit tight for him at the back there. It does definitely needs to get into that final. Ritotti crosses the mark. You can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, he's currently in 6th. Oscar just nips over Luca there. So he does go into that top 5. Looks like we had a crash. We had a crash there. One of the riders going down heavy-handed there. As Ritotti still fighting out in front. Believe that might be Jericoacoara as well. Riccardo Zorzi, also another rider at the moment in that top fleet section. As they're all whipping and diving, scattering around these last few marks. And you can see there Julian Ritotti going into the final stint. As he is going to be crossing the line first. You can see he's pretty stoked with that one. So Ritotti closes, and in 3rd place there we have Oscar just about getting that 5th spot by the looks of things. So he'll make his way into the final. Up next, mini final of the men.
Welcome to the GWA Wingfoiling World Tour event.
We're gonna experience an insane wingfoil competition.
This one is gonna stay in my mind forever.
It's gonna be sick.
What are we going to be seeing next?
So here we go, mini-final coming up next in the men. The final elimination of the day. Ancor Sosa, Axel Gerard, Stefan Benez, Daniel Ofaril, Marco Ortiz, Luca Villamet, Ernesto de Amicis, Solengal, Jean-Paul Villagas, and Benjamin May, and also Paolo Giacomo. So those are the riders, the 11 riders that we have fighting here in this mini-final. And then following that next, we're going to be having the big finale, the last heat of the day after this mini-final. So here we go. Yellow flag is up. Once it goes down, once it goes down, 1 minute until the green flag. And we're looking for a nice, clean start. That's what we want from our riders, nice and smooth. So here we go. Yellow flag is down now. Less than 1 minute until the start. Less than a minute until the start. Coming up to 4:30 here in Jerry. Nearly time for a Kaiparosca. But first we have the biggie. Just having a look at the woman. It finished with Nia Suarez in first place. So she'll qualify herself directly to tomorrow's final. So here we go, mini-final. Ooh, Luca there, nearly losing it. Is it going to be a clean start? Wait for that green flag. Think we might have had a good one. Does it look good? Yes or no? I think we are good to go. Looking like there's no recall. Okay, so here we go. Nice and tight at the top as well. Out in front on the north sail, which has just been overtaken. Let's have a look who we've got out there. Could be Paolo. Second place there, Axel Gerard. Benjamin May, I believe, who's out at front. One of the bigger, taller riders that we've got on tour. There you go, battling with Axel on the pumping section. Luca also hovering back there around 4th, 5th position. But it's Benjamin May at the moment who is in first place, but he's just come off the foil. He's just come off the foil and all he can do is stand there and watch. Unfortunately for him, that's a real nail in the coffin. Axel Gerard now has a real chance to motor along, as you can see just how much ground he's gaining. And who's that in second place? Really hard to spot here, just because they are so far out. And a lot of these riders are riding the same pieces of equipment, excuse me, with that hiccup. But it's Axel Gerard at the moment who is out in first place. Solengal as well, another rider who's had some good heats today. But I do believe Ancor Sosa, yeah, skipping over there. The seaweed. But it's this North rider. Trying to identify exactly who this is. Might be Stefan. Okay, so last moments now of this mini-final. And then we're going to be going into the final heat of the day, which will be the men's final. We'll be covering that with drone as well. As riders crossing the line and kiters coming through the area. Okay, less than 1 minute now until the last heat of the day. It's the men's final. Galito Estrello, Alan Fedit, Bastien Escovet, Alessandro Tomasi, Francesco Capuzzo, Julian Ratotti, Jeremiah McDonald, Riccardo Zorzi, Sebastian Zorzi, and Oscar Leclerc. So here we go. Riders getting ready. And the green is going to go up any moment now. Okay, so green, as we watch him just in time, as we now watch Oscar Leclerc motor. Okay, he is in first place. Galito as well. Watch him on the left-hand side. He looks to be tight on the mark as well, but it's going to be Oscar who's coming in first. The Gong boys, Bastien Escovet, Julian Ratotti, and Francesco Capuzzo as well, also still in the mix. Keep your eyes on the prize. Here we go. Oscar Leclerc coming in first. Is everyone going to keep it together? Yes, they are. So no one's crashed just yet. It's Oscar who's out in first place. Now enters the pumping track, as does Galito, as does Julian. So here we go. All riders still very much in this race here. Julian Ratotti in third place. Galito in second. Oscar in first. Looks like Capuzzo's there is just in fourth. Bastien Escovet as well, maybe in sixth as well. Alan Fedit in fifth. Oscar at the moment, though, still in first. Julian Ratotti now pumping up into second. Capuzzo as well. It's going to be tight around this mark. Really tight there. Unbelievable from Capuzzo there, who's now chasing Ratotti. One of the riders here going down in the final. But still, Oscar is out in front. There's still so much to play for here. Galito dropping back into fifth, chasing and having a hunt now with who looks to be Alan Fedit. But here we go. Oscar going a little bit wide there. Julian making sure he covers a little bit more ground. But if Oscar keeps it together, he's going to pass this line first. That start really did set himself apart from the rest. And he's absolutely flying here. As we now come up to the finish line, Julian Ratotti gaining a little bit of ground. Does he have enough time? Does he have enough speed to overtake Oscar? It's tight. It's going to be close here at the end. But it's not going to be enough for Ratotti as Oscar crowns yet another elimination win. Fifth place for Galito. Fourth place for Alan Fedit. An unbelievable way to finish there in what has been a good day of racing here in Jerry. And let's just recap now on the women. So first place for the women, Nia. Second place was Kylie. Third place, Bo. Fourth, Mar. Oran in fifth. Those are your top five. Top six, Zara. So those are going to be the top six riders that go into tomorrow's final. Now, the top 8 now, men, go to tomorrow's final. Now, after that victory, obviously, Oscar's going to be most definitely there. He's had a couple of bullets already today. Capuzzo, Ratotti, Galito, they're obviously always going to be there as well. But that was the last heat of the day. Elimination number 4. Waiting on results. While we wait for results, let's just enjoy this lovely view. Okay, so just to wrap up now, the last results from this final day here. And it's going to be a few surprises as well, because we've had a couple of PMSs from Francesco Capuzzo and Julian Ratotti, which is going to be damaging for them. Oscar Leclerc in first, Golito Estredo now in second, Alan Fedit in third. Fourth place was Jeremiah McDonald, and in fifth was Ricardo Zorzi. And now rankings to follow. All our riders now making their way back into the beach. This beautiful spot now, higher tide here in Jericoacoara. It's coming up to 5 o'clock very, very shortly. Wind's starting to drop a little bit. Racing is now done for the day. We will be back tomorrow with the finals. So the top 8 men of today's rankings from all eliminations and the top 6 women will be fighting it out in tomorrow's final rounds. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Follow our socials for all the event rankings, the results, and the times for tomorrow. And we look forward to bringing you more slalom action on day number 3.
Welcome to the GWA Wingfoiling World Tour event.
We're gonna experience that insane wingfoil competition.
this one is gonna stay in my mind forever.
It's gonna be sick.
What are we going to be seeing next?